Now, I want to get people on here, and the main thing is that I want you guys, ladies and gentlemen, okay. I want to be able to share something with you all. First and foremost, is that some people don't even know me. They're like, "Who is this guy that's coming on right now, sitting in a chair, talking about weight loss AMA? What does he know? He's just probably another fitness talk guy who says a lot of stuff." But no, so what I'm going to do over here, I'm going to welcome in people who are live on Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook. I just want to say thank you guys for jumping in. Now, my main part that I'm going to be talking to, my main audience is going to be TikTok. And the other thing is that I'm going to share a little story with you guys right here. So that's a me right there. Okay. I'm going to put this right over here. For those who are also on the other live over here, I'm going to try to do my absolute best. But just know that it may take a little bit of time simply because I want to be able to kind of share what's going on here. So I'm gonna do a little share over here, do a little screen. Okay, so I want to show you guys this over here. Um, I've lost a total of 130 pounds. Um, I dropped 40% body fat, and I've made a complete lifestyle change. And now I help people from all over the world do the exact same thing. So that's why I want to be able to come on here and talk with you. So let me know where you guys are chiming in from. I want you guys to be very, very transparent, be very open, because I'm all about being able to help people make a complete lifestyle change when it comes to weight loss, fat loss, answering questions. Okay, so let me go ahead and just go over here on my computer while I'm getting more people chiming in. Let me know where you guys chiming in from. I'm in San Diego, California. And so I'll just use this picture here. I'll go ahead and do a screen presentation. And there we go. So let's get it. Let's get it. Jump on in, you guys. All right, all right, all right, all right. I have a question. All right. Lori B is in the building. What you got, Lori B? I'm reading. I'm looking. I'm looking. Um, I want to make sure because I do have another. See, this is where I need a moderator. This will be nice. Let's do a window. I'm watching. I'm waiting for that question, Lori B. Let's get it. All right. Oh, I see. Let's do it that way. Cool. All right. What you got? Lori B, what you got? What you got for me here? I'm going to go ahead and just put this picture right here up on the top. Okay. While I put this here on the top, I want you guys to be able to see that. If you guys can see it, then phenomenal. I want to make sure that you guys are asking questions because I want to be able to help as much as possible. I want to make things very simple. I think what happens, or not, I know what happens. Let me just adjust my microphone here real fast. While Lori B types in that question, holler at me, Lori B. And remember, do me, I think it's already being done, so I don't even have to ask. I already got some dedicated people on here. Is that if you guys can tap and share the live, like the live, all that cool stuff. Ooh, this is a good one right here. Okay, perfect. Look like somebody jumped in the line there. So I'm going to answer this question here live on TikTok. And then from there, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that I got everybody else's call on here too. I'm just not going to even share. So the question is, how can I get motivated to lose weight and get to the gym? Usually someone like yourself intimidates. Okay, good. I like to see this. Okay, so the thing is that so I'm gonna read the question here on TikTok live. And the question again is, how can I get motivated to lose weight and get to the gym? Usually someone like yourself intimidates me. So the reason why I wanted to come on here, first and foremost, like when I'm on here, when I'm wearing a tank top and a gold chain, I want to be able to stop the pattern disrupt the pattern. Okay. People are doom scrolling and they're like, okay, what do I want to watch? What do I want to watch? And so here I am, and I'm sitting in this chair, and I want to be able to distract you to say, hey, you know what? If you have questions about weight loss, etc., let me go ahead and be that person to answer your questions. So to get motivated to lose weight, the first thing that you want to be able to do, this is a two-part question. The first thing that you want to be able to do is this. You got to look at, okay, why do you want to lose weight? And and I'm not trying to say I'm answering a question with a question, but I want to give you an example. We want to lose weight. Okay, let's get it in a little more detail. How many pounds do you want to lose? Okay, so it's not the motivation is just a piece of what's taking place. We could be motivated to get up and be like, man, it's Friday. I'm going to be so good. I'm going to do so good. I love work, blah, blah, blah. That's motivation. But how long does that last? Right? It doesn't last too long. You want to be able to define a purpose. Okay. Meaning, I want to be able to, when I was 335 pounds in this picture right over here, when I was 335 pounds, I was like, I'm tired of being overweight. I'm tired of being obese. I'm tired of having 40% body fat. I'm tired of having acid reflux. I'm tired of having high blood pressure. I'm tired, I'm sick. And I was frustrated. That frustration and anger and that disappointment in myself led me to say, I need to make a change. Now, when you want to lose the weight, does motivation get you to lose the weight? No, it's more of like, I want to be able to have a purpose. There's a purpose that's in front of me. And I want to make sure that if I have that purpose in front of me, that I move towards it every day. And I will want you to be more specific, Chris, because the thing is that if you're more specific with what you want to do towards your purpose, the quicker you get to it, as long as you execute. Okay. So here's what I mean. When I was 335 pounds in this picture here, I was like, man, if I can get to 275 pounds within a matter of a year, I would feel so much better. Now I'm saying, if I do X, execute, to get here, I will feel X. I didn't put my feelings in front of the facts. I put my facts in front of the feelings. Meaning, the fact is, if I start executing on my nutrition, on my workouts, on my habits, on my mindset, water intake, making sure that I'm doing everything right, I will get to that certain goal and I will feel better. Okay. So that's the one thing. So motivation is a feeling. Okay. It's not an execution, it's a feeling. I feel motivated. I am motivated. But if you're like, you know what, no matter what, I'm going to get up every day and I'm going to execute towards this goal, this purpose. So set that purpose in front of you and be specific. I want to lose weight. How many pounds do you want to lose? Okay. Once you have that defined purpose, start executing towards it. Because what's happened is it's going to be like this. Motivation is going to come and go, but your purpose is going to last forever. Okay. Even though I went from 335 to 275 down to 265, all the way down to 205. Okay. I've done it, but now there's a different purpose. What I've done is I've taken care of my health by execution of fact, and now I feel better, a feeling. So I would say, put the purpose in front of you, define it, and say, I want to be here by this time. And no matter what, I'm going to continue. Okay. And that's going to fuel you to keep going. Now, the second part of that question, or just kind of like the second part of that sentence, and I'll answer some questions in a second. But it said people like me intimidate that person. Okay. So let me just give you a little bit of a backstory. Remember this guy right here in the red t-shirt. Sorry for those who are on Twitch, TikTok, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Remember this guy right here. This is the same guy. This guy that you're listening to is the same guy in this picture right here. When I was 335 pounds, I felt the same way. I'm going in there saying, you know what? Here I am, just this obese guy, and people are going to be looking at me. People are going to probably be laughing at me. That just comes from childhood trauma of being bullied, being spit on. So all these things in my head, listen to what I'm saying, please. All of these things in my head are going to try to slow me down or prevent me from getting to where I want to be. Okay. So when you go to the gym, think about it like this. Go into the gym and say, okay, whether I see Tony Drake, a dude who's built like me, right? Okay, cool. Go up to that person and introduce yourself and say, how did you get to where you are? Because here's what happens. People are so afraid to go into the gym because of what other people may think. Okay. What other people may think. So if I'm going into a gym full of bodybuilders and I'm 335 pounds, I'm walking in there saying, dang, they're going to laugh at me. They're going to do this with me. And they're going to be like, look at that fat dude over there. Instead, I should go in there and say, I want to be like that person over there. I would love to be built like that. You know what? Let me start working out first and then start introducing myself and then say, hey, how did you get here? Because you never know that person's story. Okay. And what I mean by that is when somebody comes up, like I get it quite a bit. Okay. And if I'm not answering your questions right now, for everybody else, please copy and paste it and then just put it in again when I finish answering this question. So people will see me like this as I am right now, and they go, dude, are you a bodybuilder? Are you like what do you do? Do you compete? And I'm like, no, I don't compete at all. I'm not a bodybuilder, none of that. I'm a health coach. I do health transformations, lifestyle transformations. I help people from all over the world lose the weight, lose the fat, and teach them, right? And then they go, "Oh, I thought you were like a bodybuilder." And I go, "No, not at all." And I'm like, "Matter of fact, let me show you something." And then they go, "Okay," because now I got their attention. Remember, I was talking about pattern disruption. Okay. So what I'm saying is this is that now that I've caught their attention by disrupting the pattern, we're in the gym, everybody's working out. I may stand out a little different depending on which gym I go to. And so people are going, "Wow, like, what did you do?" And so then I'm like, "Well, here's a little background." Right. And so I say, "Well, this is the same guy that you're looking at." Okay. And they go, "What? That was you?" Yeah. I'm like, "Yeah, 335 pounds, 40% body fat, size 48 pants, size 4X t shirts, right? High blood pressure." And then when I tell them that, they go, "No." They see that and go, "No. Are you kidding me? No." And I'm like, "Yeah. Like this picture right here, I look like a mix of Suge Knight and Al Sharpton." Okay. And so what's happening is that I have a background. And then I say, "Hey, when I was 12 years old, I weighed 255 pounds." And they're like, "What?" Now they want to know, how did you get from where you are to where, to where you're at now? Then I start to talk to them, right? You just never know who has a story when you walk into the gym. But the further you stay away from the gym because you're intimidated by people who are built like me, that's in your head. Okay. We didn't say anything. We didn't do anything to you. We're just in there accomplishing the same goal that you're accomplishing. And that's to, number one, take care of our health. Number two, be part of a community. And number three, walk out of that place feeling better. We're not into a fighting club. We're not into trying to knock people out. We're in there lifting weights or doing any type of exercise that we can, a Zumba class, a dance class, whatever it may be. And that's what we're in there to do. So we're all in there for one specific reason, and that's to better ourselves. Okay. I use the iron as my therapist, my therapy. Okay. When I'm going into the iron, I'm like, you know what? Instead of drinking, no problem, no problem. Instead of drinking alcohol like I used to, instead of gulping down all these different super big gulps and sodas, eating all this junk food, I need to go into the gym and I need to start utilizing all that pain that I have as a child from childhood trauma of being this kid right here when I was 255 pounds at age 12, being spit on, being bullied. Okay. And I need to put that into the iron, not into the drinks. And now all of a sudden, what's happening is that I'm reaping the benefits because of the execution. And on top of that, I'm fulfilling my purpose that I've set before me. Okay. So if that helps you, just let me know. And if anybody else that's on here right now, if that's kind of resonated with you and helped you, please just let me know. Just type in a one. Somebody asked the question, where are you local? Oh, Chris, where am I? I'm in San Diego. I'm in San Diego, California. And let me tell you another thing real fast. And anybody else, if there's anybody in the gym who mad dogs you, who looks at you funny, you're going in there, just ignore that person. They're probably going through stuff on their own. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a background. Everybody has something going on. Okay. Somebody could have had a bad day. You just never know. But don't let that other person's instinct stop you from fulfilling your purpose. Okay. Because it's you versus you. We share that gym together as a community. Okay. I know I kind of went on along with that one, but I just love talking about this stuff. And I love that question. Tips for a 5-year natural 6'1", 195 goal is to be bigger and pursue bodybuilding. So I would just say if you're already starting to, if you want to pursue bodybuilding, that's the first thing. You already have a purpose in front of you. This is what I want to do. I want to pursue bodybuilding. What up? What up? What up? Um, and so what you want to do is be able to say, okay, if I want to be a bodybuilder, I need to talk to someone who's a bodybuilder. Unfortunately, I'm not a bodybuilder, but I've transformed my life, right? And so I've lost 130 pounds, and I've helped people, from all over the world do the same thing. So what I would advise you to do is first reach out to someone who is a bodybuilder, so then that way you can get all the good tips, all the good information, and have them hold you accountable. And if you have to pay that person to invest in yourself and accomplish that purpose or that dream, then by all means do it because that's what you want right now. Okay. I know some people say, the old adage is like, if you want to be a millionaire, don't go ask a mechanic, right? Don't go ask a broke person. Don't go ask whatever. So the same thing goes here. If you're looking to be a bodybuilder, speak to someone who's a bodybuilder because they can literally give you the step-by-step information because they've already accomplished it, right? I've already accomplished the weight loss, the fat loss, and getting off all medication. So I'm helping people who are going through that currently. Okay, so that's what I would encourage you to do. So, of course, the basics right now, of course, you want to be able to work out, you want to be able to eat the right foods, you want to be able to make sure you're getting a lot of sleep, right? Those are the basics, right? And staying hydrated. As far as the bodybuilder on stage, I would encourage you to definitely ask a pro bodybuilder so they can give you the best information. Okay. I'm six. Oh, somebody asked how old am I? I'm 47. I'm 47 years old. 47 years old. Somebody said I'm 6'7". Oh. 265 athletic, but can only bench 155. Why is the weight so heavy for me? So 6'7", 265. I mean, that's one. I think there's bigger things that could be focused on instead of like the bench. You could do dumbbells, you could do cables, you could do incline dumbbells, you could do the Smith machine, right? But there was a reason why you got to 100 and you were benching, I think, what did you say, 155 pounds? How did you get there? The same way you got there is the same way you're going to just increasing your weight. Okay. So if 155, you didn't just start out going to bench and be like, hey, dog, I'm here 155. You had to work your way to get there. So that's what you continue to do. You just work your way to get to the next weight, the next weight. But I think there's a lot of other things that are going on. Unless you're a strength competitor, then I get that. But if you're not, if that's the sole question, I would just say whatever got you to get to 155, you just keep on pushing and that way you can go heavier. Okay. So, how do you fix cholesterol? That's the next question. So, the person that's asking me is in. And if I miss your question, once again, I apologize. Just keep liking and sharing and all that cool stuff. Okay. Um, so so how do people fix cholesterol? That's what it says. I'll remind you of Mr. T. Perfect. Remind me to show you guys this in a minute, okay? And I'll go over it shortly. And I may have to read it slowly. So, how do you fix cholesterol? So, if you have high cholesterol, one of the things that you want to be able to do, and I'll just give you some quick little tips here. Number one is you want to be able to incorporate intermittent fasting. I know some people will be like, huh? Like intermittent fasting, what does that have to do with cholesterol? Number one is that when you're doing intermittent fasting on a daily basis, which what I do every day, I've been doing it for the last 7 years consistently. Okay. When you're doing intermittent fasting, what you're doing is you're giving your body a time to repair and recover. Okay. So that's probably one of the most vital things that you could take from this live today. When you're doing intermittent fasting on a daily basis, you're giving your body the opportunity to repair, recover, restore, and rejuvenate and to refresh. So when your body's not working all the time and your body gets to rest a lot longer, your body starts to repair itself. Okay. So if your cholesterol is high, right? What you want to do is you want to be able to first start doing intermittent fasting. The second thing that you want to be able to do is making sure that you're eating foods that are micronutrients and macronutrients. Okay. And I'll break that down fairly simple. Micronutrients, I want you guys to think of this. What did I say? You guys go to we're all adults here, I think. The DMV, right? We've all gone to the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles. What I want you to think of is FMV. Okay, so fiber, minerals, and vitamins. Okay, so like DMV, I want you to think of FMV, fiber, minerals, and vitamins. So fruits, blueberry, strawberry, watermelon, apples, those are all water soluble fruits. They're high in fiber, low glycemic, low sugar. Okay. And when you eat it, if you notice it's crunchy and then you get a lot of water from it, that's water soluble fruits compared to like banana or mango or, those thick fruits. You want to have water soluble fruits. Why? Because the fiber is going to help clean out your gut. Okay. So when I'm helping people restore their metabolism and their gut health and burning the body fat, having the FMV, the fiber, minerals, and vitamins, that's going to help you so much because you're starting to help clean out the gut. Okay. That's the first part, FMV. Okay. Just remember, he says something like the DMV, but it's like FMV. Okay. The other thing is that you want to be able to have, some people are familiar with KFC. Okay. Kentucky Fried Chicken. This one is going to be, sorry about that. This one is going to be PFC. Okay. Now, what's PFC? PFC is your, sorry. PFC is your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Okay. So what do I mean by that? Like your proteins, everybody has a different preference when it comes to food. Okay. I don't talk about, oh, if you're a vegan and this person is a meat eater, you better switch over to that side. I'm not talking about that. I'm not trying to segregate people. I'm just here to help people. So your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, your PFCs, you can, if you eat white proteins are ground turkey, fish, and chicken. Those are white proteins. Those aren't red meats. Then you have your red meats. Then you have people who are vegetarian. You have plant-based proteins. Okay. So you want to make sure that every meal that you consume contains protein in it. You want to consume that, right? Some people go, well, how many grams of protein? It just depends on your stats. Okay. But for the majority, let's start with general. I would definitely say have 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal that you're having. You want to be able to fill up on that. Okay. And you want to be able to fill up on your greens. Okay. So I talked about the fruits, the watermelon, strawberries, blueberries, and apples. Of course, when it comes to your greens, your leafy green vegetables, you can have salads, spinach, kale, you want to have carrots, cucumbers, right? Bell pepper. You want to have all those things that clean out your gut. And then when you have your proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, your PFCs, that's going to help build the muscle that you've broken down. But what you're doing is you're nourishing your body. Fats or avocados, nuts, seeds, you want to be able to have those fats as well. Those are good fats to have. Carbohydrates, you can have brown rice, you can have oats, you can have white rice if you want to. Believe it or not, you can have white rice. Okay. Now, when you're doing that on a daily basis, what's happening is that you're nourishing your body 100%. Okay. What do I mean by that? Your gut health is getting all of the micronutrients, the FMVs, and your body is getting all the big macronutrients, your PFCs. So if you're doing that on a daily basis, you're 100% nourished. There's no outside pill or, take this and take that. Think about it. Our body is pretty much nutraceutical. I'm going to introduce a new word to you guys, and I'm not trying to sound complex or anything of that nature, but I want people to think about being nutraceutical. Okay. We all have cells in our body. And I got this from a lady who's very knowledgeable. Her name is Dana Estelle. She's on here too. And she talked about nutraceuticals. Okay. Our body, our cells receive the benefits from nutrients. Okay. So if our body is receiving the benefits from nutrients, macronutrients and micronutrients, that's our cells. It's rewarding us saying, hey, you're going to feed us this? Man, I'm going to make you feel so much better. Oh, and now you're going to let us rest by doing intermittent fasting? Man, I'm going to help you feel so much better. Okay. You're doing this around the clock. So now what's happening is this: when you take a cholesterol pill, and I got to be very, very careful, by the way, I got to be careful what I say when I'm on social media because there's certain words that get me kicked off. When you're taking certain pills, what's happening is that our body, our cells aren't used to pharmaceuticals. Nutraceuticals, the nutrients, yes, that's why we benefit so much. But how many of us have taken so many different medications and be like, dude, I'm cured. I'm healthy. I can't say the C word either. I'm healthy. I feel much better because I've been taking this over and over and over, right? I have high blood pressure, but all of a sudden, if I take these things, I no longer have it. It doesn't work that way. You have high cholesterol, you taking all these pharma stuff. I'm gonna get kicked off, I swear. I apologize. But you take all that stuff, our cells don't know what to do with that. So it just kind of masks the symptom. But is it taking care of the high cholesterol? And if it's not, then you got to say, okay, what would naturally take care of that? Nutraceuticals. Okay. So hopefully that answers your question. If so, let me know. Just type in a one. And again, I want to be able to give a phenomenal, phenomenal shout out to Dana Estelle because when I heard her say that, I was like, that just makes so much sense. And where I get a lot of my information from, number one, from experience. Okay. Thank you, Amber. I get a lot of experience from or information from experience. I've tried so many different things. I've tried weight loss pills, water pills. I've tried ECA. If you're not familiar with ECA, it's ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin. This was like the thing about 15 to 20 years ago, and it was kind of helping you burn fat faster. It was the worst. Okay. I've tried Epibolin, Superbolin, all these different things. Bulimia, you name it, I've tried it because I was trying to lose weight so fast. Yes, I can. There you go. So what's happening is that when you nourish your body after all the mistakes that I've made for the past 20 years, and I've finally been able to say, you know what, let me just simplify this down. And if I simplify it down, let's see if it works. And it worked. Okay. So by fasting, by having the right amount of nutrients, by being able to exercise, getting good sleep, and staying hydrated, wow, it actually worked. Okay. So what's happening is, I'm looking at the comments here, and I appreciate the comments. You guys keep on doing it. But what's happening is that people are saying fasting gives your body a break, fasting lets your body heal. That's what I'm saying. Fasting lets your body recover. And on top of that, what's happening is that the stress levels in your body start to go down because your body is repairing itself. How can your body repair and stress at the same time? It can't. So when you're fasting, your body's like, thank you. Finally, I don't have to work right now. I get to relax. It's kind of like our body is on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday weekend trip. It's like, cool. I don't have to work right now. I get to relax. Imagine doing that every day. You feel so much better. Okay. Can you help me? I've been obese my whole life and now pre-diabetic. Yeah. So what is your A1C level? SKW22. I could definitely help you. And I have multiple screens up, but typically when we talk, if we want to talk on Zoom, we can, and I'll do a screen share with you and anybody else. This is anybody else. Just send me a DM. I'll send you a link and we can talk on Zoom and I'll show you everything. When it comes to like if you're struggling with losing weight, if you're struggling with A1C levels, all of that stuff. I've helped so many people. Good job. Big T said I'm down 100 pounds in just over a year. That's phenomenal. Congratulations to you. Your A1C is 6.2. So you definitely want to be under the like 6 going into the 5 category so that way it can go away. Dang, the moment I said the C word, cured, and my views people went from like 100 and something to like 43. But that happens. That's why I messed up. No, it's not. It's not. Your body's not in starvation mode. I'll get to that in a second. But yeah. So if it's 6.2, there's when I take my products. Thank you. I take my Unimati on a daily basis. I'm not sure if you guys heard about that, but I have 2 of them right here. Matter of fact, I got to get my refill on. So this helps me with fasting. Okay, on a daily basis. No, it's fine. It's totally fine. No, never apologize for asking questions. I invite you to please ask me questions. That's my fault. But I pour this powder in my water, and this is the yerba mate tea. And so, yes, I do distribute it. Okay, and I'm not trying to be a sales guy. I'm just talking about it. Okay. But when I'm fasting, that's what I'm doing, and so it helps me with my body to recover and repair, restore, and rejuvenate. And then I have the other product, which is a balance, and that has all the vitamins, minerals, and fibers in it. So that helps with my gut health. So there's women who and men, but let's talk about the women for a second because I've had a lot of women on here on TikTok Live and say, my A1C levels are at 7 or 12 or 11 or 18. I'll send you the link, Amber. How do I get it down? Right. And so I have women who are 50s, 45, pre, menopause, all that. A1C levels were at 6 plus, no longer pre diabetic. And here's the other thing that I want to say. Yeah, good job. Big T, I see what you're saying, brother. I see it, and I appreciate that, and I'm proud of you. Um, what's happening is that the one thing that a lot of people I think miss out on is being able to be consistent. Okay, so let's just give an example here. If your A1C level is 6.2, don't think that it's going to go down below 6 within a matter of 24 hours. Okay, you got to give it time. And you want to be consistent with that. If you could dedicate those 2 things, just give it 90 days and then do another recheck. And like the Unimati and the balance that I have, if let's just say if you did this, okay, I'll give you a prime example because I've helped so many. I wish I had Christina on here because she would tell you her story. She's no longer pre-diabetic. But what's happening is that if you try this for 90 days, right, the Unimati and the balance, and I help you, right, you, we talk more, and then you're doing it and you don't see a change and you just get your money back. But if you do it and you notice a change and you're feeling better and those A1C levels have gone down, you know that what you've applied is working. Okay. Your body's going to tell you the truth regardless. So if you're doing that, then if it works, then phenomenal. You've just learned something new, you applied it, and now you're able to make a lifestyle change. Okay. And that's why I love to help people with that. Um, the other thing is that somebody said, Let's see. Yeah, it's an investment in yourself. I love that too, because when people go, I got to spend money on this and I got to spend money on that, and these products. Okay, well, let's think about what you spend money on right now. Okay, and I could go off on a tangent, but I'm really really try to control myself when it comes to this. When you see people spending money on Starbucks coffee every day, $6, $7, $8, and they have a sausage McMuffin, what's that? 13, 14, $15? It just on one thing alone, you know what I mean, or two things, and then all of a sudden they're just like, why am I not losing any weight? Oh, you know what I mean? Like let's be real. I'm talking about investing in your health versus just spending money, right? Or energy drinks. Yeah, Ryan, what's up, dog? I ain't seen you in a minute. Good to see you on here. Says your live is eligible for recommendation extended, restricted in the search ago because it redirects users to purchase products. I didn't say anything about that. TikTok, y'all tripping. Yo, yeah, that. Thank you for the heart. I appreciate it. Here's a heart right back to you. There's a nice little beating heart for you there. All right, so let me slow down. So what I'm doing right now is there's different kind of flavors. There's pomegranate, there's lemon ginger, there's Unimati Fierce. What I'm doing right now is so let me just give you a little heads up. I worked out already this morning. Okay. And I worked out, and what I did is I worked out fasted. For those of you who go, how do I build muscle and burn fat simultaneously? I'm gonna give you guys the secret, which is it really a secret if you're well, I guess it is, right? That's like the clickbait words. Let me give you a little secret here. If you want to build muscle and lose fat at the same time, here's what you do. Okay. Here's what I've done. I go to the gym and I work out fasted every day. What does that mean? That means I do not eat anything before I go to the gym. And what am I doing? I'm utilizing my stored body fat for fuel in order for me to go perform the workout. When I perform the workout, I feel better. Okay. Now, as I leave the gym and I'm getting into my truck, then I drive here to the office, I get on live, I'm still fasting, which means what? My body fat just stops? No, it continues to burn. So then what happens is, and please steal this, by the way, the secret, okay? Please steal this is that when you're, no, it's totally fine. It's totally fine. It's on me. I take full responsibility. What I want to say is this when once I get into the office and I'm still fasting. And the other thing too, remember I mentioned hydration. I'm still hydrating my body. So as I'm doing all this, my body fat is still burning. When I eat my foods, I'm loading my body up with what I said earlier, the vitamins, minerals, and fibers. I do take my balance before I have my meal, which is the vitamins, minerals, and fibers all in one packet. And then I have my proteins, fats, and carbohydrate. Why do I do that? Okay. Why do I do it that way? Now you're listening to someone who's literally lost 130 pounds and went from 40% body fat down to 6.2. But why do I do it that way? I'm gonna tell you why right now, because let me just put this down. The reason why I did that, I do it like this on a daily basis because I tried and tried and tried. I said, well, if I fast every day, because I heard this from Dr. Eric Berg and Dr. Jason Fung, and they were talking about fasting, and my wife told me about it as well. She's the one that put me on game on this. And then if I work out fasted, which was hard at first because I was so used to eating before I worked out, but now that I'm doing this on the fasted, okay, cool. Now, if I nourish my body instead of eating junk food after I work out, which is what I used to do, and I go, why am I not seeing any results? Well, because nutrition is missing, goofball. So just flip it and see what happens. Oh, okay, cool. Let me give that a shot. All right. So now that I do that, instead of eating Burger King and KFC and roll tacos and Jamba Juice after I work out, I'm like, cool. Let me get some vitamins, minerals, and fibers, proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Did I say anything about going on a diet? Not at all. Okay. I don't talk about diets because people go on a diet and people go off a diet. So when I load my body up with the proteins, fats, and carbohydrates, my muscles that I've broken down earlier from the workout, they're now reaping the benefit and getting fed so they can grow. Guess what happens after that, ladies and gentlemen? When my muscles grow, they help burn more body fat and burn more calories. In my head, I go, why are people cutting calories down to 900? Why? Why do people have to do that so much to the point where they're shaking and quivering? They're like, oh my God, I feel weird. I feel like the dancer zombies on Thriller. Why is that? Because they were told by the wrong person to go do that. Remember earlier the person who asked about being a bodybuilder? I said go to a pro bodybuilder and ask them the questions because they can give you the right advice. The biggest problem that people are having right now is people are going to the wrong people trying to seek the right advice, and they end up falling back short, and they end up wasting more time, wasting more money, and they're not getting the result. They're actually further away from the result. So if you're looking to lose weight, if you're looking to get, got to be careful with what I say. I already got a restriction warning. If you want to feel better and look better and live better and give better, then you come to the right person. I have to be careful. I really have to be careful. Okay. Um, so this is the person that you can ask, and I can definitely help you. Matter of fact, let me show you guys another picture. How many for women, ladies first, for women, how many of you are here? Type in a one, and I'll start with the ladies. Super Zoe. I remember Super Zoe. What consider going to the gym faster because I go in the evening. So if you're going to the gym in the evening, let's say if it's at 6 o'clock, have your last meal at about 2. Give your body enough time to digest your food and then go to the gym. And that way you're going back into fasted state. Okay. So we have a couple, and I know some people may be driving, some people may be working, and they're like, hey, I can't do anything right now. I get it. Mm-hmm. This is me all day, every day. This is me when I speak live, when I go speak to students at schools, when I go speak to adults, when I go to different centers and go do public speaking. This is who I am. I show up with the gold chain, and I just show up as me. I mean, I cover up, but okay. So we got some ladies in here. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. I'm going to switch a picture out real fast. I'm going to show you guys another picture of a transformation for the ladies. Okay. How about this one right here? Let's do this one. Did I tap it? Cool. Okay, I'm gonna cover up. I'm gonna spread this out a little bit. I love it. It came a long way. Thank you. Okay, so right there, does anybody notice a difference in her body and how she looks? Don't worry, I'll wait while I'm here and while I can look over here on Twitch and YouTube and X. Um, do you guys notice a difference? Sorry, I'll show the pictures later on when I edit this. But if you guys notice a difference in this picture right here on TikTok, just type in a one. I really would like to know. I was also told I need to raise my iPad up a little bit. Okay, so somebody said, wow. I see another one. One. Okay, cool. Now, she lost 100 pounds in a year. Okay. That's not only 100 pounds that she's lost off of her body, that's also 400 pounds of pressure off of her knees. Okay. That's also more energy. That's also being more active with her family, with her kids, feeling better, looking better, living better, and giving better in 1 year. What is that catchphrase people say? Let that sink in for a minute. Okay. So can it be done? Yes. A mother of 3? Yes, it can be done. Now, what's happening is that people go, well, this male lost 100 pounds in 9 months. Why do men lose weight faster than women? My question is, why does it matter if you guys can both succeed? Like, if she lost 100 pounds in 1 year, and on top of that, my dude right here lost 100 pounds, 102 pounds in 9 months. They both lost over, both lost. They both they both lost over 100 pounds. Okay. But what's more important is that they changed their life. They feel better. They look better. They have more energy. They're more active. This was in either 1 year or in 9 months. So what does it really matter? Okay. Why do people try to get so focused on time? So that's what I'm saying. What you want to be able to do is you want to be able to give yourself a purpose first and foremost and say, if I can get here at this time, if you want to define it and time it, great. But just work towards it because you will get there as long as you execute. Okay. So the point is that it can be done as long as you execute. Stop worrying about all the other stuff. Okay. I see a question over here. It says women naturally store more because of genetics. So yeah, Amber. So with mothers being the nurturers, right, and they have the babies, that's going to happen, right, because of the body structure, the genetics, the DNA. That's just different. But how many moms have we seen make a complete lifestyle change and change their body? Thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions. So it just goes to show that it can be done. What happens is people just get hung up on this whole like, well, this person over here that's a woman loses weight slower than a man, and this man over here who does it really matter? Can we just get rid of all that stuff, please? Like, can we just focus on the goal? I know we have comparison syndrome. I'm guilty of it as well, right, on certain aspects. But I mean, what do we do? Do we just sit there and cry about it, or do we execute towards something that we really, really want to achieve? And I get put in check on that. And I'm glad I do. I have someone who holds me accountable and tells me like it is. And I think that's what more people need. Not like harping on a subject like, man, men lose weight faster than women. And the other person over here, like, yeah, they sure do. That sucks, man. And then all of a sudden, nobody does anything but keep on complaining. And guess how many people care? Mm. You know what I mean? So let's get back to the basics. Okay. What I want to do, I just screamed in somebody's ear. Sorry about that. What I want to do is I want to be able to do a lot more ask me anything when it comes to weight loss and fat loss. Not only that, but I also want to talk about the mindset and the habits. Okay. Because that comes along with the weight loss, that comes along with the fat loss. Okay. So I encourage you guys to do me two favors. Please, if this has helped you, you can, if I say it, then they're going to kick me out. You guys can follow or subscribe. And then the other thing is that turn on the notification bell. The reason why I say that, because when I come on here, typically in the morning time, I'm in San Diego, California. So right now it's 8:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So if I'm coming on here at this time or earlier, and you have your notification on your phone or your iPad or your computer to say Coaching by Drake is going live, I want you to rush up in here and start asking questions, tap, share, because if this helped you, then great, cool. Let's help more people. Okay. Mission statement for me is to help 100,000 people. Okay. Before my life is over. Now, what does that entail? I want to be able to talk on here every day, helping people, answering questions, getting people on my program, helping people with product, helping people understand the simplicity of making a lifestyle change without all the noise, because there's so much of it right now. Okay. Oh, take this, take that, inject this, pop this in your eyeball. You'll lose 20 pounds in 5 minutes. Really? Y'all think that worked? Come on now. That stuff gets old. Let's see here. I have MS. I get depressed a lot. Luckily, I finally feel like doing something about it. Good. There's a lady who comes on here from time to time, and her name is Lindsay. I think it's Lindsay 516. She comes on here, and she's been watching my live for quite some time and took all the information that I talk about here. The last time she came on here, she also had MS, epilepsy. And last time she came on here, I wish she was on here right now. She was down 100 pounds. Complete changed her life just by showing up. That's why I say follow and then just turn on the notification icon, bell, gimmick, whatever you want to call it. But that's what happens. And so just by doing that, her life has changed. And I'm like thankful that her life has changed, because now she gets to pour that good energy into her family. Okay. So if you're feeling that anxiety and depression and you have the MS, you know what? There's one thing that you could do about it, and that's to get up and just keep on working towards a better you, honestly, and be that person who can come back and I'll be like, you know what? Amber came up in here and she says she has multiple sclerosis. she gets depressed a lot. And you know what? She's no longer depressed. She's lost weight. She feels so much better. She's doing so much better. Right. But just keep showing up because I want to know about your story, your progress, your results. Okay. Um, and that's another thing. If you're just looking to pick yourself up, I mean, one thing that we could do is continually move. Okay. Sitting in isolation is going to be the worst thing that we can do. But moving, nourishing our body, right? Hydrating our body, fasting, letting our body rest and recover and restore and rejuvenate, getting good sleep. Those are the key ingredients that we need. Okay. That's pretty much it. I saw a comment earlier. Sorry about that. It was from Ryan. Ryan said, "Hey, I'm back." Years later, sometimes we fall off, and then boom, God's put Coach back into my feed. I love it. Yeah, you know what? And I'm gonna be 100% with you guys. I fall off too. I fall off on stuff that I've been looking to do. I'm in the midst of writing a book right now. I fell off from doing that. Got to get back on here. But now that I'm on live, you guys know that I just said, "Hey, you know what? I fell off. I'm human." Okay. I shower once a month, just like everyone else does. Okay. Totally kidding. But I just wanted to catch all attention. But I fall off. And when I see comments like this, I'm like, yeah, we all have something going on. But you know what? I've just submitted something and I need to get back to that. Okay. So this is what we're here for. Okay. This is why I love doing the lives. All right. This is why I love going on Twitch and TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff. Yeah, there you go. Cool. Well, good. So yeah, that. Let's get it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, that nation never stops. We just keep on going. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump off of this live. I do have to take care of some other priorities at the moment. But I just want to thank you guys for showing up. I want to thank you guys for participating. Remember to follow, and then also, okay, I know I said 2 favors. If you guys could do 3. So YouTube, I do a lot of stuff on YouTube Shorts. And my YouTube Shorts or YouTube channel is also Coaching by Drake, one word. Okay. You can get a lot of benefits there. I know it's kind of hard to see here, but it's all faded. Sorry about that. Coaching by Drake, it's all one word. If you guys could follow there, I think that would be absolutely phenomenal. Shout out to Claire. What up, home girl? All right, man. So I'm gonna head on out. Thank you guys once again. And you know what I always say when I close out, fam, let's get it. Yeah. Yep. That's it right there. Sorry for all the that nation. Yes. Coaching by Drake, all one word. Yes. Thank you. Instagram, X, all that stuff. It's all the same. All right. So thank you so much. Let's get it, fam. Yeah, that. All right. Let's get it. Let's get it. So now I just wanted to follow up on here as I'm on continuing to cool. I got 7 new members now. This is great. Right. This is what I love to talk about. I love to talk about helping people with their health, their lifestyle transformation, being able to for people to share their story and say, you know what, here's where I'm at now, but here's where I want to be. And then they come back 90 days from now, a month from now, 4 months from now, a summer from now, and they go, you know what, I've lost 100 pounds. I lost 50 pounds. I feel so much better. And I just want to say thank you. And I'm like, I just want to say thank you. Why? Because you're the one that took the step to not only watch me on live, but you stood there or you sat there, you tapped it, you shared, you took the information, you applied it, and you learned from that, and now you're doing better. Thank you for taking those steps to come here. And what you're doing is you're helping me on my mission, which is to help 100,000 people make a complete lifestyle change. Okay, so that's what I want to do. I want to be able to help more and more people make a lifestyle change with their health, with their wellness, mentality, their habits. This is what I love to do, and I've been doing it for years now. So I'm gonna keep on going. We ain't gonna stop. All right. So, fam, thank you once again. Those out there who are on YouTube, Twitch, X, whatever else I got signed up on right now. Next time, you know what? I will talk about this. I totally forgot because this is very educational, and I want to be able to help people understand their body stats to a T. All right. So, to the Yeah That Nation, let's get it. Yeah.